pretty excited to check this one out. This is a Avian Knives Atlas v2.5. These came out a few months ago. The Avian Atlas is one of a very small group of knives. There's a small group of knives that have toolless disassembly, but typically even those, like the CRKT Homefront or what is it, the GTC Enigma, they still use screws as a fastener in some sort of fashion. There's an even smaller subset of the toolless disassembly knives that don't use any screws in the construction. And off the top of my head, this is one of them. I think the original custom Snex Terra had no screws. And the Scott Topper Shrike OTF is one of the very few others that I can think of that have absolutely no helical screws holding them together. I actually got this about a week ago, and I have refrained. It has taken all of my willpower to not take this thing apart ahead of time on camera. So let's dive into it. Right off the top, before we get to that, it does come in this insanely plush leather-clad box. Leather, pleather, not sure. And then it comes with an extra set of the spring washers, Belleville washers. That is how they maintain the blade centering, I believe. So let's get in here and see what's going on. This thing just comes apart like a little puzzle piece. We start, you've got this little tab here. If you do that, you can see this pin has a T-head that we're rotating to line up with the slot. And now we can push that out. I haven't even looked up how to do this. I want to see if it's as intuitive as I think it should be. That lets you take the pocket clip off. This slips out. This back spacer clamshell back cover should now slip off, which it indeed does. Looks like that just rotates up. All right. Yeah, that appears to be captive still. So now let's go ahead and do that. Now I believe these should slip out. Maybe the other one. Oh, it's got to be this one. Yeah, that's at a funny angle. So it's got to be this one. Yep, that slips out. And then this should just lift off. And we can remove our back spacer. That pin appears to be pressed into that side. Pop the blade off. Pivot drops out, which then allows that to slide out. And then our bearings can drop out. And then we've got a D and an L. Interesting. Apparently those washers are directional. See if I can get those to tap out. I believe there's a spring washer under there. Step away and grab a pick. Possibly a magnet. Or these little X-Acto knives, that should do it. Let's see if we can lift that out now. Pretty sure it's just the There we are at the oil station holding it. D equals D minus. So does this have an L minus and then an L equals? It does indeed. Interesting. There's the L. The equals side on this one has a bit of a scratch pattern on it. Not like a nice, smooth bearing race. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like the equals sign are supposed to go to the outside because the inside has a much smoother surface. Oh, there's the serial number. Focus 62. And on this side, 2.5, number 62. Little schmutz on there. Let's wipe that off real quick. It has got a very aggressive detent ramp. This actually kind of bugs me just a little bit. I didn't show it on camera. Let's go ahead and reassemble this and see if it's as simple as it should be. Interestingly, I don't see, there's no Belleville washers. I guess they throw those in there in case you develop play over time. And then you can throw one of those in there and take up the slack. Because the blade was perfectly centered before, and it had no play. I expected there to be a little bit of kind of springy side play, because I thought those were in there already, but apparently not. All right. Slide you backwards. Slide you in there. Wrong. There we are. Like I said, this is my first time with this. That drops in. And we can set the blade on there. In there. That's in there. Put you there. We're at 8 minutes. We're still doing all right. Goes there. That. Something isn't right. No, that's not seated right. Yep. You got out of place. Being stupid. The oil was keeping it stuck in place before. Aha. So, yes, it is a little bit fiddly. Oh man, I've only got a minute left before we hit 10 minutes. Oh no, I've done it. Come on. Really? Alright. Calm down. Regroup. Set you in there. Let's try it this way. Nope, but I can't do that because of that. Yep, this is going to be a long video. Sorry, guys. Gonna go over 10 minutes here. Still not quite in. All right, let's just do this. Maybe. Now. So much for my clean, unscripted, unrehearsed videos. God damn it, it jumped out again. There we are. All right. Lift you up. Drop you in. Little click. Drop you down. Like so. Alright. Close that. Put you right there. Clip there. You like so. Coming in. Ah! Success. Alright. Survey says still centered. Nice, smooth. Oh, see, that is what bugs me about a aggressive detail ramp like that. When you drop it down to here, you're still in the ramp, and it wants to spring back open instead of dropping closed. That is my one gripe. This R-Crom X finish is supposed to be incredibly scratch resistant, harder than DLC. So it'll be interesting to see how that holds up when people actually use these. But overall, aside from the little fiddliness getting it back together, that'll get easier with time, I'm sure. This is very cool. And it does indeed come apart and go back together perfectly centered with no blade play, with 0 helical fasteners. That is pretty damn cool. So yeah, there you go. That is a somewhat long-winded look at the Avian Atlas v2.5. Really, really neat piece for the collection. So there you go.